Level 3, Step 6, Student Pages. You've come to the last step. You've made it. The first step is to read Lesson 1 words and then to read the Lesson 1 pyramid. We'll go ahead and take a look at those. So these are within the student pages. However, they're also at the back of the instructor's guide. I feel like as a teacher, sometimes you just want to be able to flip there to read them. But other times you want to give your child the student book and have them look at them and get to know them. So it just depends on whatever fits your teaching style. If you just want to be able to flip to the back of the book, or if you want to pull out the second book so your child has some ownership over it, it's up to you. So you begin by reading the words, and I like to take a folded up slip of paper and place it underneath the first line so that they read the 3 words. You'll notice that those heart words are still in here for your students to practice reading. And you can remind them and say, oh, this is our heart word, and that can prompt them if they are getting stuck. So they'll read the first one, p-il, your, and m-s, mess. Choppy reading is fine at this point. If they're still sounding things out word by sound, that's fine. In the next couple of levels, you'll start to see the things come together. But they should be pretty accurate. Something like quill with the qu sound, they probably will need a little bit of support. You might also hear the E's and I's get confused at this stage, and that's fine. You can just correct them if they're reading it incorrectly. So I recommend going through this several times. You maybe on the first day you practice the lesson, you'll go through these, but then the second day you'll go through these again a few times because we want your child to gain automaticity as they're reading. After you've gone through all of these words, you'll go down to the bottom and practice the pyramid. So same thing, I recommend holding that folded up sheet of paper underneath the first line, and they'll read Jeff, and then the second line they'll read Jeff will pass, Jeff will pass Buzz. I like this one because it's also a reminder of the lesson that day. The F, L, S, and Z can help solidify that into their memories. Sometimes children will struggle and not want to read over and over and over again, but it is important to have them practice the fluency of it. So you can ask them to read it in a certain voice. So if they have a character they like, you say, oh, can you read it like Pikachu? Or, oh, can you read it like a bear? Or something like that to help keep it fun. But especially if they're still reading slowly, like F. The second line, most kids will say Jeff because they just read the word and they're familiar with what it is. So it helps them to hear themselves as good readers too. So that is the end of a lesson. After that, you can finish. And like I said, you might need to practice this over several days. Your child may only complete 2 or 3 steps each day. And then after you get through 5 lessons, you pause and complete the review activities in the student pages before moving on. And that's all there is.